Hey guys, Audra here with Flawless Exotic Creations with your Gene Chaser series. Just to give you a little synopsis of what the Gene Chaser series is, if you haven't been following, this is your first time watching. Gene Chasers is about learning and growing through us educating ourselves through this journey of the different morphs and different genes, genetic traits that our ball pythons have, and kind of focusing in on a summary of what each gene, what the background is, what the characteristics of each gene is. We felt like it was something that was needed in the community. A lot of times I think young keepers, inexperienced keepers like we were, I still kind of am, I guess. I think Will and I both look at ourselves as very new in the industry. Will has always been one to research the death out of everything. I am more ADHD, so I like videos and stuff like that. These videos are great to bridge the gap between, novice keepers and those experts, the experts of this field, and just to help those, those that are a little bashful about asking the questions that maybe those experienced keepers have answered over and over and over again, and kind of make others feel a little timid about asking. We want to try to help answer those questions as we learn it and as we go along in our journey, so it hopefully helps other people in their journey. That being said, hopefully this is super helpful to you guys, and we hope you enjoy it. So this week on Gene Chaser series, you get me and only me. We've been saying that I was going to do one kind of by myself, and my favorite gene across the board, I guess, when we first started out, like when we first got our collection going, and we had one really nice big female that was a GHI Mojave, and I kept saying, I was like, when Will and I decided to do the Gene Chaser series, I kept telling him, Will, I'm going to do the GHI. I want to do the GHI because it's like one of my favorite genes. GHI also stands for Gotta Have It, GHI, is a color and pattern altering mutation. So basically it's an extremely dark, sort of puzzle-like, strong golden alien heads. And it was discovered back in 2007 by Matt Lehrer. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And he received 2 imported shipments. The first one apparently had 2 very obvious looking different snakes in that, and then he got a second shipment which also had another snake with this gene. He termed it GHI, Gotta Have It. So that's sort of like the little history of the gene. Moving on to the description, the head itself is pretty black, dark. Typically it doesn't have any markings or anything like that. It does, as in a normal ball python, have the bright yellow stripes that frame the head. It's typically more intense in coloration than what your normal ball python would be. Your body is going to be where you really see that GHI beauty come out. The alien heads have a hollowness to them, which is really cool to me. The hollowness is because it's hollow, because the alien heads are hollow, it's sort of misshapen in form, and so it gives way to like a splatter look or rings of gold. It's also heavily speckled or spotted. It's just beautiful, and in the video when you see some of our examples, you'll understand what I'm saying when I say splatter. But it's gonna have like intense, like yellows, golds. It's yellowy gold. Just absolutely beautiful. The body itself also is very dark black background, and it's characterized a lot of times with that silvery flame across it. The tail, or you're gonna see the same alien head type of patterning with the hollowed out alien heads, and also like the thick, nice dorsal stripe, which is typically very, very yellow gold. Again, GHI is a color, mutation, color pattern mutation, altering mutation, I guess you would say. Your belly is going to either be clear, or it can also be heavily patterned or murky. A lot of people actually refer to that as being murky, heavily spotted, patterned, that kind of thing. You also have a couple of combos that are known. There is a GHI cinnamon paradox known as Chernobyl. And then there's also the coral reef, which is GHI coral glow. So those are the two, I guess, known combos that have other names besides just being the genes listed out. All right, so how about we get to looking at some of the GHI in our collection. All right, so our first little one is a GHI het tri-stripe albino, actually. And just kind of looking at this one really shows off the GHI. Let's look at the head first, if I can get him to turn around there. You notice that the head is black. No real markings on his head. We've got the yellow stripes, or the golden yellow stripes. This guy is he's got a lot more gold than actual bright yellow. But as you can see, his body, people call these alien heads or saddles, because it saddles over the top of the back onto the sides. But as you can see, if you notice, I talked about the rings or the splatter effect. If you notice right here, you can see that splatter effect right there. No, you can't go over there. But you can also see that spackling or spattering. It kind of does look like spackling, but you can see that real spatter look, or those rings. You can kind of see the rings of the gold, which is, I think that's just the most beautiful part of the GHI. It's really, really nice. And then just the deep dark black background. It's just so nice, and you can kind of see this guy's got sort of that silvery flaming inside of it. If you look at the tail, come here, let me see your tail. It's kind of the same concept. It's got the gold dorsal stripe, and then again still the splattering alien heads, or the hollowed out alien heads. This little one's belly, it's a little bit more murky. It's not quite as clear as some, but it's still showing the characteristic of that GHI look. I'm trying to get him up there. There we go. Alright. It's a really, really, really great example of GHI. Alright. Our next beautiful one is a GHI Mojave Pied. Let's see if we can get it. So as you can see, this is the only actual spot of sort of patterning that you can see on her, but you can see that it is a hollowed out area. Her head is extremely black, which is characteristic of the actual GHI patterning, but also of obviously pied patterning as well. She is beautiful. There's not really much to say about her. You can tell that her belly is clear, but of course, again, she's visual pied, so obviously, again, this is about the only kind of area that you can see of the pattern, but it does show that hollowness there. But as you can see, she's a beautiful girl. She likes to go up under there. You're not going up under there, ma'am. But you can see her head beautifully. Last but not least is my absolute favorite. I'm not sure why this is showing such a hard shadow, but this is my favorite. This is a red striped GHI yellow belly Mojave leopard het clown animal, and I just think it's absolutely freaking beautiful. You can look and see the alien heads here are absolutely spattered and speckled, which, you know, with the yellow belly you're going to have some pixelations, but also with the GHI you have that speckledy look, or that splatter look. Absolutely gorgeous on the dorsal. It is broken up, as you can see, though, that is like a beautiful, beautiful yellow. The head is clear, which is pretty cool. Obviously this one's a bit lighter in color, but of course there are a lot more genes at play here. But it's still got that darkening, that altered color, and that altered pattern mutation there. That's very characteristic of the GHI. So let's pick you up and see if you can get a little closer to the camera so they can really see how gorgeous you are. Let's look at the belly. Belly is clear. Again, you can kind of see the influence of yellow belly there. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animal. Again, this one is a red stripe GHI yellow belly Mojave leopard het for clown. But look at that head, just gorgeous and so characteristic of that GHI. Just a beautiful, beautiful specimen. I was so excited when we got this one. Our original GHI Mojave girl, we actually did move on to another family, or another owner, which actually started my love for GHI. But this one definitely replaces or fills the void of the girl that originally made me fall in love with this gene. But like, again, you can see that alien heads are very much hollowed out and very much speckled inside, throwing those spatters and the rings. Say hi. It's curious, huh? Are you curious? It sees itself in the actual reflection of the camera. This is probably by far one of my favorite snakes we have. I know I all the time get made fun of because they say, oh, it's your favorite snake this week, but GHI, and Will can tell you, has always been, like I said, my favorite gene. And it's true. I gotta have it. I gotta have you. Just gotta have it. But very nice on the tail there. You can still see that pattern is following through all the way, and it's got that nice thick gorgeous yellow. This one's a lot more yellow than the first one we looked at. The first one we looked at was more gold, but this one definitely has more of a yellowy tone to its goldenness, which is beautiful. So guys, tell me what you think. Which one was your favorite? This one's by far my favorite, but which one was your favorite? Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the snakes. I know I love this gene. I absolutely love this gene. I think if I could stick it in pretty much everything, I would. But really, really, really hope that this was helpful to you guys and that it was interesting. If we can help you guys with anything, you know, Will and I both, we answer the questions. A lot of people seem to think that it is only him in the certain inboxes, because we've got, you know, Flawless Exotic Creations, which is our snake channel, and Flawless Crested Geckos, which is our gecko channel. But it is both of us. We are answering your questions, both of us, at times. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll know he's carrying on a conversation with somebody in the inbox, and I'm like, such and such messaged you. I'm not even opening it because I don't want to get in the middle of a conversation and confuse people. But if you have any questions, we love to help. We love to do those things, and we just fully enjoy this industry. It has brought us closer together as a couple, and it has brought into our lives some of the most amazing people that we could ever have wanted for. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, subscribe if you like this content, like it, comment, engage with us. We love talking to you guys. We love this whole thing. It's just been so much fun. And that's about it. So, Flawless Exotic Creations, Audra, I'm out.